Okay, good morning. Good morning to everyone. This feels like that I'm addressing a gathering of all familiar faces, and this is that one event that we all wait for because most of us meet only once a year. Some of us meet more often. Uh, Now, everything that Swapnil mentioned, that this year we are trying to look inwards. The reason is that there is a lot of lot of activity, lot of momentum around startups and innovation and disruption, and you can also see that India and all the departments within the government and also in the private sector, whether it's the corporate, everybody, academy as well. Innovation is almost like a hygiene word. Now, what happens is in all of this, the enablers, the incubators, the accelerators, the Science and Technology Entrepreneur Spark, all of us have a role to play. So we have to now, during this 2 days, through networking, through deliberations, through panels, we have to define what is the role we are going to play. Because I think each one of us, and I mentioned this yesterday, we have incubators which are just a few months old, and we have incubators which are few decades old. All of us are here together. So this conference is meant not just for the panel discussions and the fireside chat and and all the other activities that we have planned, but also an opportunity for us to look at all the models that are already working and all the models that there is a gap still that we have to work. I want to also mention that for me, I've always been someone who is behind the scenes and not in front, because I've been supporting our president, former president, Dr. Suresh Kumar and Bala. So I want to acknowledge their presence because Suresh was grooming me. Give a big round of applause to Suresh. I did not know this, but Suresh was actually grooming me because I did not know how. But I took on and shouldered this responsibility, and then I realized running an incubator is one thing, but running an association is completely different. So we all know that the challenges that we have in running an incubator, but now imagine multiply all the challenges with all the 270 members that we have. So it is for me specifically also learning. So I am also into the incubation ecosystem. I'm going to celebrate my decade, 10th year next year, and I'm still learning. So yesterday, you would have realized, I don't know if you saw that while there was a panel discussion of Poini and Prasad Shetty, who is my colleague at ISBA leadership, I was asking questions. And those questions were because I was also opening my mind and saying, okay, is this possible? Is that possible? So what I want to let you know is that there is no benchmark here as to what is the best incubator model or what is the best scheme from the government, or what is the best benchmark globally. We all have to pick the pieces, we all have to learn from each other and see what is relevant. And only then collectively we'll be able to actually get towards this Viksit Bharat. Because Viksit Bharat is not just a clarion call, it is also for us to not be happy with the status quo, not be happy with the 3 or 5 years plan that we present to the government for our incubators. We need to do a lot more than that. I think as a collective force, because most of us are not for profit, which means that we are doing here with the strong intent of purpose and not profit, which also means that, having said that, we are not running an NGO, which is also something that, during the coffee breaks I have discussions. We are not running an NGO. We cannot be donor driven. And I want to bring this up right now because at every conference we talk about sustainability. And when we talk about sustainability, it is not a sustainability in terms of the SDGs or the sustainability in terms of the environment or the green economy. When incubators talk about sustainability, it is always about how do we manage and have a long life beyond the government schemes. Now, I want to also acknowledge all the people who have enabled the enablers. And I'm talking about enable the enablers. I'm talking about our sponsors, all the various departments in the government. I also would like to acknowledge IIT Guwahati and Bionest, Swapnil Sinha, the convener of this conference. She took on this responsibility of hosting this. And I think, Swapnil, this is your first ISBACON. Oh, she's outside. Okay, again, that's Swapnil. As always on the feed. So I said, she took on the challenge of hosting it over here for the love of Northeast and for the love of Assam. And we accepted that challenge. And I'm very glad that that we actually decided to host it here in Assam, because we have always been, and I always say the heat map of the last ISBACONs have been very much in the south and the west. So now it's time that we kind of bring some equilibrium. And so this is our first attempt to do that. This is the first ISBACON in 20 years to be hosted in the Northeast. So just make the math, right? We have about 29 states and 20 years. It's not that we went to every state. So we had to repeat the venue in Pune, in Hyderabad, in Chennai. But now we have started in Guwahati. So hopefully next, another 10 years or so, we'll again be back in Guwahati. So we have lined up, we've curated, I would say, the sessions based on multiple point of views that we got from the ISBA family. So this is something that we have, because this is a association of enablers. So whether it's me or my colleague Prasad Shetty, who is the Vice President of ISBA, but he's also the Senior Vice President of one of the premium and one of the oldest incubator in the country called Sign IIT Bombay. And we have my colleague Ramji Palela, who's also was also the Vice President and who was a former CEO of AICCCMB. So we all have come together, and we have taken inputs, because we take inputs also from a practitioner's point of view. That's the difference. So whatever, when we curated the agenda, when we curated this program, we always think how it will help the enablers. And I hope, and you can already see that this particular auditorium is lit different. Those who have, let me take a count here. So we had 17 editions of ISBACON. How many of you have been to more than 10 ISBACONs? Raise your hands. There you go. So there are quite a few who have been to 10 ISBACONs, right? So now you can see that this particular one has got a different flavor. So we have a little bit of we made a little cozy, and we actually were supposed to host also the inaugural in a larger auditorium. The auditorium, which is magnificent and huge, but then we had certain technical challenges, and we felt, hey, why not host it over here itself, so it's more cozy. We can talk to each other, look at each other. In auditorium, you get lost, right? When you have 50 feet height ceilings and an auditorium where you have to kind of, your voice echoes, right? Here it is not the case. So this is a new version of ISBACON that we have taken, and I'm really looking forward to each one of you contributing, each one of you networking, and we are always there as the ISBA governing body members. I would like to just ask the ISBA governing body members to stand so that everybody in the audience knows who's the force behind it, right? Okay. All the ISBA governing body members, please stand. And for those who are new in the ecosystem, you do not know them, you can approach them during the tea break and coffee break and during lunchtime also. Okay. With those words, thank you very much. Looking forward to interacting with all of you and looking forward to a lot of learning and contributing. Thank you.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.